So I want to tell you guys that most of the time, as I'm cooking, I really don't know what I am doing. I just throw a bunch of stuff together and somehow it always comes out tasting good. I mean, it's food. You can't really go wrong. I swear this is the part that I hate, washing veggies. What I usually do is, as soon as I get home, I wash everything. So then I won't have to do it later. So then everything's just ready. And I can use it as I need it. So I got like this whole bunch of collard greens. It's a nice amount. It was $1.89 for the whole bunch. And the cashier rang it up as 2. And when I told her, she kind of looked like she didn't believe me, and she was scoping it all out, trying to make sure, you know, I didn't take the rubber band and put it around 2 bunches. I would never do anything like that. So hey, if she did question me, the produce guy was there as I was bagging up my collard greens, so I would have told him to come and talk to the cashier. So I'm gonna run these collard greens through the water a second time to make sure it's nice and clean, because we don't want any collard greens with dirt still on it. Once I'm done with it, then I can start chopping it up. And then the fun begins. I got my collard greens all washed up, so now I'm gonna chop them up. I use everything. Don't want to waste anything. Don't you guys just love the sound of the knife cutting through the collard greens? Doesn't it sound so nice and fresh? Using it all, so nothing goes to waste. I used to grow some of these in my garden, but then I stopped because all the little green worms were just eating into it. And then we had the problems with the woodchuck. So we gave up. But then, you know, our yard is fenced up, and of course, they like that challenge of trying to get in. But when I lived at my other place, I grew collard greens right in front of the front porch. So instead of flowers, I had collard greens growing. That's how much I love my collard greens. And do you think anything bothered it? No. No fence, no nothing, and nothing bothered it. Yes. No, don't touch it. Hunter, what are you doing? No, you've had enough sweets. No more. No more. You gotta have dinner later. My son loves collard greens and rice. Get out of the refrigerator, Hunter. Buddy. Please. What is it that he wants? Yes, he can have an apple. Make sure you wash it. There's the little ones on the left side.
Got it. Yeah, that's the one, two, four, what'd you say, Hunter? Hunter, here you go.
I used to cut the stems out and then discard it. And I don't know why I did that, because thinking back, it was a waste. I went and I got some collard greens from this one restaurant, and they had the stems and stuff, and I was like, oh, it's still nice and tender. And of course, yeah, it would be, because it gets cooked for a long time. And so ever since then, I stopped throwing out that middle stem. Every day I'm always learning. Learning to not be wasteful. Okay, so I am all done. So now, get to cook. So next I'm going to take my pork and I'm going to cut it up into cubes. So I'm going to add some olive oil. And I'm going to throw in my pork. Turn the heat up a little. Okay, so I'm going to season my pork meat with some garlic powder. Onion powder. Some black pepper. And some pink sea salt. And then I'm going to add in my secret ingredient, hoisin sauce. Like I said, I have no clue what I'm doing. Well, actually, I do. I made this the first time not knowing what I was doing, and it turned out delicious. So I decided to make it again. And my kids, they loved it. And it's one way to get them to eat their greens. The hoisin sauce gives it a nice sweet flavor. I had a bottle that's running low, so I'm going to use that up. Smells so good already. Yummy, yummy, yummy. Now I'm going to add in some water. And when that boils up just a little, I'm going to throw in the collard greens. Okay, so it's started to boil. And now I'm going to throw in the collard greens. I'm going to add in some more. What? Yes. And I'm going to add in some more. Yes. Okay. Okay, have Ashley do it. I seriously did get a lot of collard greens for $1.89. No wonder the cashier got suspicious. I don't think I've ever bought this much before. Especially for that price. I feel like I've hit the jackpot, the collard greens jackpot. And then I'm adding some soy sauce. I used to go to Sam's Club for like produce and meats, but I think I'm gonna start going to this place because their veggies are like so much fresher, and their meats seem fresher too. And the prices, it's like kind of like Sam's Club prices. So why am I gonna keep paying the membership fee, huh? I'm not gonna lie, there's some things at Sam's Club that I do like. So I am going to mush this down a little. Get it as close to the juice as I can. Now I'm gonna put the lid on and let it simmer. And I can't wait to taste it. Hopefully it tastes the same as the first time I made it. So while the collard greens are going, I'm gonna start up on the rice so we can have some rice with it. And we love rice at this house. Let's check on the collards. Oh my gosh, it looks so good. It smells good too. So it's all done. I had it simmering for like an hour. And it tastes so good. So now I'm going to serve it up with some rice. Okay, the moment of truth. Let's try it. Oh. Is it yummy? Mm-hmm. Okay, so you gotta feed yourself. And now it's time for Mommy to eat.